His in-game character, Destructor, is due for a serious gear upgrade. Unfortunately, the gear upgrade
with an air ball mixed in there.
It did. The first of many reviews here.
Have you had many clock issues in New York City over the...
More reviews than Walter Kerr in the Times over the years.
That is a deep cut.
I have had a lot of clock issues when I'm in Manhattan.
You have?
That's...
Would you like to share any of those specifically?
That getting through the tunnel some evenings has been tough over the years.
Yeah.
Going back home.
By foot especially.
Yeah. The entertainment value.
So no timing error officially. The shot clock is correct. So, but at least we got story time.
For a moment or two.
Nice takeaway.
SWB audio capture not registered.
You know, Owens and Parham at this level, the way this St. John's team rags you, be under control, have some poise.
With that, Aaron Scott just checked into the ball game for St. John's. And so, up 6. Here comes the Red Storm.
I think they need Ross at the other end. Ooh.
Edge of 4. He's got 6 of them this year. So here is Demarius Owens, the freshman who missed the first 3 with a foot injury this year.
Just know when you're driving, somebody's going to come and help. You must make a good, sound pass and decision. A little more restraint right here. This is the guy I think has to get going. Nice look.
Wants to drive and kick. That 3 does go down. It's a big hit for Joplin.
That's the best set they've had. Solid, use the clock, got a great look.
And you said it, it's because they were patient. They got a good chance in the corner.
Lex off the high post.
St. John's had 2 guys flashing in the same area
Nice
there.
pass.
Edge of 4 and a double team and a foul.
I don't know about Parham. I thought he may have walked before he got fouled. The ability to turn the corner against this team is very difficult because they make them pay for the overhelp. Big time dish, right spot, drill.
Joplin was such a great three-point shooter last year at 40%. He's hovering around 30 this year, but an increase could certainly help this team.
Coming down the stretch, no question about it. Little pin down for Gadari. Got to keep him out of the blue.
Step inside 2.
How about that? Playing so much more.
SWB audio capture not registered.
He's rocked himself into that. I mean, that's experience.
He's playing like he's got a chance at the next level. Work on that shot from deep.
Oh, a bank shot from Norman.
And he's been struggling. That's his 5th out of 23, right? Woo. He'll take it.
He had 8 points total in the last 6 games, and he banks in a 3.
Now they got to go deep.
Lewis riding into the lane. He got hit, no whistle.
Wow.
8 to shoot. Bodies everywhere.
Oh, that was offensive foul by Smith. Oh, not
intercepted by Richmond. 3 on 2 for St. John's. Richmond exploding over the shoulder. He'll go to the free throw line.
Tell you what, that was a straight up vertical too. Can't be silly with the basketball. You're going to pay for it against either one of these teams, but that's a Kadari's game. Little pin down, no dribble handoff, just a handoff, and lackadaisical inexperience maybe on the guard. Big time dribble at the guard.
So that's the 2nd foul on Norman, by the way. So it's an entire line change coming in for Shaka Smart. Zay Lowry at the scorer's table, the sophomore out of Missouri. Ben Gold will come back in.
Jones, too, he's going to put him back in here with the 2.
That is, I mean, if you're St. John's, you've got to attack that, right?
You know,
but
again,
can you?
Yeah, it'll be interesting who he plays, that type of guy. If he plays more of a stationary guy, Kadari could do some damage, and Smith could if that's the matchup. But he's got to be smart on the other end. Make sure he doesn't charge.
Oh, good point. Richmond missed it short.
SWB audio capture not registered.
Same set that St. John's runs. Pass and follow. Quick move. Wow.
Gets to the rim.
How about the stop? That's the deep blow by. Big time maneuver.
If Marquette wins this game, and it would be a huge road win, it might be because of their bench.
And he did rest Mitchell. And Ross is getting the blow. Ooh, they walked, yeah.
Iwachukwu traveled. Marquette is back in it with 5 in a row.
Great to see that kid here, though, healthy. Pretty tough, both ends of the floor, but this is a big-time maneuver. Let him blow by. Hunter with the delivery.
Len?
Why are you screaming?
Because you're screaming. Are you hiding from used car shopping?
Yeah. What if I overpay?
I get it. Nearly half of all used cars have been in an accident. But that's nothing to be afraid of.
Show me, Carfox.
Knowing how a car's accident history impacts price means you don't have to overpay.
Way better. Popcorn?
Definitely. No fear, just Fox. Say show me at Carfax.com.
So I have 10 years of hospitality experience.
And a college degree. It just can't be blank. Blank is bad.
So a degree in Dutch poetry would make me more qualified?
Yep.
A zoology degree?
Yep.
Metalsmithing?
Yep.
Poultry science?
Yeah.
Indeed matches you with jobs that actually match your experience.
And what was your major?
Dance.
Oh.
Coffee Mate is the world's biggest coffee lover. Because
You are? Because I have a
SWB audio capture, not registered.
If so, finding a reliable IT infrastructure partner is critical. ThinkMate is a go.
Out there, Larry. Time machine? You gonna go back and see how the pyramids were built or something?
Nope. Ellen and I want to go on vacation, so I'm going to go back to last week and buy a winning lottery ticket.
Can I come?
Only room for one.
How am I getting home?
Sitting on my lap like last time, Ronald.
Fine, but I'm bringing this.
All right.
Or you could try one of these savings options.
The right money moves aren't as far-fetched as you think.
There it is. See? Told you it's going to all work out. Thanks, future me.
Hi, Susan. Honey.
Yeah?
I respect that, but that cough looks pretty bad. Try this Robitussin honey.
The real honey you love, plus the powerful cough relief you need.
Mind if I root through your trash?
Robitussin, the only brand with True Source certified honey.
Saturday on Fox Primetime Hoops. Player of the Year contender Juju Watkins leads the 7th-ranked Trojans against number 8 Ohio State. Saturday at 9 Eastern on Fox Primetime Hoops.
Big East basketball sponsored by Jeep. There's only one. First place on the line at Madison Square Garden. We go inside Marquette's huddle with Shaka Smart.
Great job winning that round. Yes, sir. Yeah. All right, now, if something doesn't go our way, immediately respond. Sprint back, fix it, help each other.
There have been quite a few prize fights in this arena. He says, good job winning this round.
Well, it's low scoring
Yeah.
and competitive. So being sound with the basketball, and I believe the bench is going to help, particularly Marquette, but also patience on the run some action and make St. John's overcommit, overhelp. It's very difficult if you're going to cough it up in the backcourt and give them easy opportunities.
SWB audio capture, not
John's,
registered.
And you've seen Marquette come back in this game now. What do you want out of your offensive end?
Well, I would think Kadari and Smith have to do some damage with the dribble drive. You know, Lewis can do the same thing. It isn't a post-up lineup right now. It's a dribble drive lineup. So the containment's important for Marquette.
Yeah, it's Richmond and Smith and Lewis on the floor together with Iwachukwu and Scott. See the offensive rebounds flash by. There's 7-0 offensive rebounds for St. John's, but only 3 second chance points.
And Shaka was most concerned about that. This guy's got to get going too.
And Jones scoreless so far, tipped by Richmond.
They're always active, both of these teams. Those soft passes.
Two of the best defensive coaches in the country.
They are, no question about it. Year in and year out. They both get maximum effort. No trips off.
Lowry step aside and drives. Lowry.
How about that? That was impressive. Taking it to the rim. Note on him is he can really put it on the deck and get there. Nice show by Gold.
Richmond walled off by Mitchell. Good defense. Now Mitchell picks up Lewis.
Kid gives it all. Got size to elevate.
Lewis fade
Tough
away.
shot. Tough shot.
No, that was all Stevie Mitchell, Rap.
Absolutely. Ooh.
Jones into Lewis, no call. Gold and extra. Lowry for three. He bags it.
Well, you're always looking for somebody to show up. Boy, he's 50% from three. It was 7 for 12. A little,
Look at the job
more.
Marquette's 5 for its last 5.
He's getting something from the bench.
SWP audio capture,
Baylor and
not
back on
registered.
ESPN, number 20, Arizona facing BYU. So what I'm saying to you, America, is we have a triple header of hoops and a lot of Seth Greenberg in studio.
I know you're really excited about that.
Cannot wait to get in studio. Okay, what's going to be the deciding factor here in this Kentucky Ole Miss matchup, especially considering what we saw over the weekend from Kentucky losing to Arkansas?
Mark Pope's done an incredible job, and they are terrific offensively. But with Lamont Butler out and Andrew Carr questionable, they really struggle defensively at the rim and defending the ball and keeping it out of the lane. In this game right here, this is against Arkansas. DJ Wagner gets downhill, gets to the front of the rim, no rim protection. You got to guard the basketball. If you can't guard the basketball, you're going to struggle defensively. Allowing people to shoot 57% from the two-point line in SEC.
At Mint Mobile, we're always looking for innovative ways to save you money, so you can keep paying $15 a month for premium wireless. That's why instead of hiring an expensive director for this commercial, we found someone willing.
With Lamont Butler out and Andrew Carr questionable, they really struggle defensively at the rim and defending the ball and keeping it out of the lane. In this game right here, this is against Arkansas. DJ Wagner gets downhill, gets to the front of the rim, no rim protection. You got to guard the basketball. If you can't guard the basketball, you're going to struggle defensively. Allowing people to shoot 57% from the two-point line in SEC play. They've got to do a better job of keeping the ball out of the lane because they're playing an Ole Miss team with 3 terrific guards. Their guards score half of their points. Sean Padula, his ability to get in the lane, create space. Matthew Morrell and Jalen Murray, all 3 of those guys play downhill, get paint touches, spray it out for threes. That's an area. If Kentucky's going to win this game, they must keep the ball out of the lane.
I'm laughing at you and your triple header and how long you're going to be here, but then I'm reminded that Selection Sunday is 6 weeks away, and then it really gets real.
Yes.
So in that vein, Coach, tell me a few teams outside of the top 10 whose stock you think is rising right now.
You know, there are 2 teams, and you think about the Big 12. These Big 12 teams, every single game is a game. It's not a game, it's an event. And we'll start with, I think, Texas Tech right here. And Texas Tech is a team that they're going to be playing this evening. This is an elite defensive team. There are no paint touch team, which means they keep the ball out of the lane. They do a great job of shrinking gaps, contesting shots, and then offensively, they got pros, whether it's Williams, he's a pro. Toppin, he's a pro. But the little guy right here, Elijah Hawkins, he is absolutely the play starter, the playmaker. He can score it, and I call him the mailman. You know why? He delivers. They play through him, an elite defensive team that can play downhill and make plays. And then Arizona started the season 4-5. Since then, the thing has absolutely changed around. They're 9-1 in Big 12 play. All of a sudden, they're sharing the basketball. Caleb Love's playing at an elite level. Last 4 games, 21 points a game, 19 assists, only 5 turnovers. The ball has energy. When the ball has energy, good things happen. Carter Bryant, that guy that knocked down that 3. Yeah. You know when you're old? I'll tell you when you're old. When you're talking about a player and you coached his dad, that's when you're old.
Fair.
By the way, tonight, Arizona at BYU, 11 Eastern on ESPN. We do have action right now in the Big East. Number 11, Marquette, taking on number 12, St. John's. And again, El brought up the tournament's 6 weeks away. When you look at these 2 teams, the top 2 teams in the conference, how do you evaluate?
2 teams you don't want to see in your bracket. Marquette and St. John's, they turn you over. They're aggressive defensively. St. John's is led by Kadira Richmond, who gets in the lane. Cam Jones for Marquette is not a good guard. He is an elite guard. He all of a sudden went from a 2 guard to the point guard when Tyler Kolek went out. Cam Jones can take over a game by himself. Both experienced teams that win in the tournament.
Yeah, Marquette up by 3 points right now, and of course we'll have highlights coming your way.
You're handing out nicknames. We call him the waiter because he serves. That you hated it?
No.
Now we have 10 seconds.
I was a waiter back in the day.
I'm going to just sit.
Serving a lot at halftime.
No, you're trying to save it, Kevin. It's not
with
working.
Kevin the Gandhi.
Welcome to Super Tuesday, presented by Progressive. We have rolled into Oxford for a top 25 tilt. Two teams desperate for wins, as this is the SEC on ESPN. Ole Miss started the SEC slate 4-0. They've since lost 4 of 5. The Wildcats of Kentucky have lost 3 of 4, including that emotional cliff fall against former coach John Calipari Saturday night. The regular season in the SEC is like a World Cup downhill slalom run. On ice, it is a brutal grind. Saturday is a tribute to Joby Hall with the program in his hands. He watched Kentucky shoot threes and make a bunch early, and then the fearlessness that he talked about, did Calipari, showed up. And the 3 guys that left and followed him to Arkansas put up over 50 points. A shocking result. Arkansas by 10 and their second win in the conference, which is why you don't see them in the SEC standings. 9 of the SEC teams in the top 25. Vanderbilt at 4-4 is not. We welcome you inside the pavilion. We'll hear from Molly McGrath in just a second. My buddy Jimmy Dykes here. They don't have their point guard again, Lamont Butler for Kentucky, and this is probably the least team you want to not have a point guard against.
No, I agree. You think about Kentucky, they're less than 72 hours removed from that emotional loss in Rupp Arena, and now they got to get their energy up. There's no giveaway at all in this league, and especially against a rugged team like Ole Miss that comes in, Ravi, terrific on the defensive end, and Sean Padula is an emerging star right now.
What if your sheets could change your life? With Cozy Earth's best-selling sheet set, experience the difference.
Despite his injuries, told us he's motivated by the fact that he can feel that this team is close. They're just a couple plays away from a signature win, and you guys referenced it. This Rebels team is desperate for a change in momentum.
Yeah,
guys.
He's a fifth-year guy, Molly. This team from Ole Miss has more Division I experience in the SEC than any other team, and Kentucky has a ton of it. Williams and Dia jump, and it's Williams who's been outstanding in the absence of Butler and Carr. Carr is expected to play tonight. Williams right to the hole, hard, and he had it ripped away from him. Take a look at the Ole Miss lineup as Padula goes into the paint and will draw the foul. Boy, you talk about toughness, Jimmy. We just saw it right off the bat.
Yeah, Ole Miss gets that turnover, and within 5 seconds, Padula is at the rim. One of the first things Mark Pope talked to you and I about today was the concern of Ole Miss's speed in transition. It was on display by Padula.
Padula had a massive game against number 1 Auburn. They lost by 10 to him. He had 29 points as he knocks down the first free throw. That was a season high for him. He made 10 of 16 field goals in that game. He's another guy, a senior, 6'1", 195, a transfer from Virginia Tech. And it's 2-0. Wildcat lineup, you'll see Robinson, Williams, Owe. Those are the primary ball handlers as he picks up his dribble, and they got to get it over in 10, and there's more pressure, and they just get it over.
The last 2 ball games without Lamont Butler, Kentucky more turnovers than assists. That is a major concern against this team in red.
Robinson's been terrific the last 2 games, averaging over 18. His first 3 is way short, and there's a rebound, and they will push again. Murray goes to the corner, and it's the 3 that finds the bottom. Ray Davis knocks it down from straight away, and a really good start in front of the home fans.
That kid does a little bit of everything. One of Chris Beard's best athletes. Ole Miss not afraid to shoot that trail 3.
Williams, jump hook in the lane, so difficult. Amari Williams is having a breakout season at 7 feet. He's averaging nearly a double-double in conference play.
And he needs to have a monster game tonight against an Ole Miss front line that's not real tall. They are physical, but Williams has that length advantage on the inside.
Davis, he had an opportunity. Almanor is about 4 or 5 feet off of him, and he didn't shoot it. Morrell will. Too strong, big rip on the offensive board by Davis. Now he tries to go to work in the paint. Tough fall away, finds the net.
That shows you his athleticism right there, man, to go run down that 50-50 rebound and then get the jump hook right at the logo.
A 7-2 start. Brea extends that right arm, or he's right on him. This is Beard-like defense, tenacious, in your face. Owe hard, couldn't get it to go. There was some help on the weak side from the big man, and that may have affected the shot. Dia. Murray pulls up. Not a great shot.
So Ravi, Ole Miss starts the game switching 1 through 5. Kentucky's offense is built to handle switching defense. As much motion as they have, players coming together, one mistake and Kentucky will get good looks.
Williams backs in, he goes to the right hand, and wait a minute, you're gonna show the right hand tonight.
How good has he been as the play initiator up top? Kentucky's one of their leading assist guys with over 3 a game, but man, is he a load inside with his back to the basket.
It reminded you of the Thero move against Kentucky when he went with his left hand in that second half. Williams goes opposite hand right. Dia will launch a 3, and that is right on the money.
The versatility this kid can really put stress on your defense. He's a pick and pop 5 guy, a tough cover for Kentucky in this game.
Difficult pass that got through. Owe finds Robinson. Shot clock down to 10. Brea gets by Padula, goes all the way, and it's denied by Dia.
Yeah, Kentucky's really having struggles early, Ravi, with the hot ball pressure of Ole Miss. You got to have guys that can drive it, but here's what I'm talking about with Davis, man. This guy ran down a 50-50 loose ball, and then from the logo, gets that sweet turnaround jump shot. Murray causes that Kentucky defense to collapse, and you find the trail guy up top. Ole Miss out to a really good start on both ends.
They bring in David Barnes. He wears 7, as well as Jamin Brakefield, who's been outstanding. They got 4 on the shot clock on the inbounds. They double Williams, who fires up an air ball. And that will end up being a violation. You know, Mark Pope may have seen enough, just the difficulty in bringing the ball up, so they'll go to the freshman. The point guard, Travis Perry, has got a lot of time. And for the first time now in 2 games, we see Trent Noah come in. He did not get any run against Arkansas.
Yeah, you've got to do something early to change the game if you're Mark Pope, and he goes with his 2 freshmen. Trent Noah and Travis Perry check in. It's a big stage and a big moment for them. This Ole Miss defensive pressure causing a lot of havoc against Kentucky early.
Both those guys that just came in, Kentucky kids, and both superstar high school players. Morrell working hard on the baseline. That's an easy layup. It ended up not being contested. And a terrific start for Ole Miss, shooting over 60%.
Morrell has been so productive for a guy that does not practice. Difficult for him, difficult for this Ole Miss team. They're managing it well.
Williams finds the 3 ball in the corner, and that one finds the bottom. And that's a terrific shooter in Perry, especially uncontested.
Yeah, shot it like he grew up in that barn in Eddyville, Kentucky, where he learned that sweet stroke of his.
Brakefield's a lefty. He hands it off.
We're seeing common people around the world becoming supernatural when they...
A disciple of Bob Knight is Chris Beard. They utilize a shot fake as well as anybody in this league.
Owe had the advantage. His man was on the floor. Loose ball deflected by Williams, but it ends up in the hands of Morrell. Morrell, one of a handful of guys with over 1,000 points on this team. And how about that shot from the lefty, Brakefield? Boy, they're doing to Kentucky what Kentucky does to everybody else, making 3 balls. Timeout, Wildcats.
Man, Ole Miss comes comes out firing on the offensive end, but it's their defense that has set the tone in this game. And you give a guy like Brakefield that much room and that much rhythm, kid comes off the bench and makes you pay for it. A lot of pop in those red jerseys to start this game.
USAA. You could be eligible if your spouse, parents, or even your grandparents served.
That was it. You're in.
As a veteran, I'm already in. USAA. Are you eligible?
You know what's better than one Papa John's pizza? Two Papa John's pizza for only $6.99 each.
Only at Papa John's, bundle 2 or more Papa Pairings menu items for $6.99 each. Get your favorites for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some Papa John's.
Hi. Hi. Chocolate fundraiser.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
I'm sick of all the division that's in this country.
I'm sick of political brainwashing.
Sick of food prices. Everybody needs to live.
I'm sick of fake people.
I'm sick of clickbait. Being glued to my phone. The name calling, it just further divides them.
I'm sick of willful ignorance. I'm so sick of war.
Introducing new Oroxon Gel, the first FDA-cleared ED treatment available without a prescription. Oroxon Gel is clinically proven to work within 10 minutes, so you and your partner can experience the heights of intimacy. New Oroxon ED Treatment Gel.
Hey guys, there's a change in the air.
2 changes.
2 changes.
The 3-row luxury TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe.
Why do NFL players choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
I like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Introducing the new Sleep Number Climate Cool smart bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
We were right there today. We just got to keep fighting. They scored 82 points against us. They scored 48 in the second half. They're going to beat us a lot. I think we can play with teams like this right now. I know it validates we're a top 25 program. He's raised the bar. So we'll just keep working towards where we can beat teams like this in March.
It is a tough team, and this Beard-branded team, and so far they got 5 different guys that have scored at least a basket. Second season here at Ole Miss. He is known for his defensive tenacity, and so far he's also known for his shooting tonight, Molly.
Well, yeah, guys, in that Ole Miss timeout, Chris Beard really emphasized defensive intensity and had an assistant coach holding up a whiteboard with their rebounding numbers. And according to the board, the Rebels are up 5-4 in the rebounding battle, and that's been an emphasis for their team, their intensity in rebounding. He said that is how we can control the pace of this game, especially with offensive rebounds.
No way, the floater, no good, followed it up. It's a loose ball. It's picked up by Padula, and he will try to push it. Andrew Carr's into the game, so is Brandon Garrison for Kentucky. So they go with some size, and Carr had his man seal him off for an easy layup.
You talk about playing offense with force. Ole Miss driving that ball through contact, and that offside cutter, really well done.
They move it all the way around. Everybody touched it. Perry unable to get his shot off. Ole Miss has 6 field goals, 5 assists, and Owe 3 to settle it down maybe.
Well, you're going to guard Owe with what they call Rondo. Rajon Rondo, Kentucky fans know, great driver, not a great shooter. Ole Miss used that term today in terms of how we're going to guard zero and white. We're going to Rondo Owe.
Good cut by Brakefield. Then he goes to try to draw the foul on Garrison, and Garrison wasn't fighting. Perry, pretty play to Garrison, who is behind the D. Brandon Garrison, you can see, Jimmy, we've done now 4 games in a row. His development is easily identified.
Yeah, no doubt, but also, man, what a great gut call by Mark Pope to go to Travis Perry early to lead that break. And a finesse pass for Garrison.
Brakefield, a former starter, coming off the bench, scoring double digits in nearly every game he's playing. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Brakefield's going to have to shoot it. Step back three. Got it!
There's my shot fake. I'm telling you, Ole Miss, and especially Brakefield, they are phenomenal at selling that shot fake and getting rid of that defensive pressure.
4 3-point field goals to start for Ole Miss in this one. OLE. They're figuring out things. Last 2 trips down, layups.
Well, what you have to do is what Kentucky just did. You've got to burn that pressure off that Ole Miss was throwing at you with hard back cuts and finishing your cut at the rim.
They left Dia wide open. He doesn't even leave his feet. It's almost like a set shot. And it went halfway down and out. Garrison has got Padula on him. That's about a 7 to 10 inch height advantage. OLE throws one up, can't get it to go. They never got it to Garrison. Right now, Ole Miss about 1.8 points per possession. That would have helped that number go up, but it's Perry who ends up getting the loose ball. Carr's been dealing with a bad back, and that's a deflection away by Dia on the floor. Carr is rolling around, and who's that going to go out of bounds off of? It looks like it's Ole Miss, so it will stay Kentucky basketball.
And the red jerseys, though, just climbing right up into the white jerseys defensively to start this game. There's the ball movement and the hard cutting by Ole Miss. From the weak side of the floor, bam, the shot fake, sells it, steps behind. Really good discipline with his feet by Brakefield. Rebels out early.
Popeyes has the wing game on lock for your watch party. With 8 crispy, bold Louisiana wing flavors in bone-in or boneless, you just might have everyone chanting MVP in your direction.
Have that chicken from Popeyes.
Any questions?
How did you become the Capital One Bank guy?
You mind? I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts.
How do I get your job?
Hard work, dedication.
I meant the Capital One Bank guy.
It's like Mr. Jeter said, hard work and dedication.
What's been the highlight of your career?
And that have to be
bank guy.
Helping people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Aren't you in the Hall of Fame?
And didn't you live in space?
What's in your wallet?
Touches of black. They say a lot without having to say much. They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light. The Kia X-Line Nightfall Collection.
Kia, movement that inspires.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
This President's Day, feel the freedom to style your space with modular sectionals starting at $699.98 now at Ashley. Plus, pay over time with 0% interest for 60 months. Shop in-store or online. Only at Ashley.
This is one of the millions of new and used cars you can find on AutoTrader. You can find cars like the ones on your favorite show. Oh no, I bet I can even find the cars in my feed. Sure can.
Gonna be a hot one out there for move-in weekend, Ole Miss. Good luck this year, Red.
You did it. You're home. I can't wait for you to discover the true meaning of Hotty Toddy. It's a cheer that connects us all to the red and blue. It's the moment that begins when you step on campus and continues long after you turn your tassel. I can't wait for you to discover your legacy and make the world a better place. Are you ready?
Piece by piece,
Welcome to Prime Time.
The star that is Jason Tatum continues to blossom.
Brunson, he has been the best player to put on that uniform.
This is Saturday Prime Time on ABC.
Peace, my peace.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Super Tuesday college basketball lineup continues. Number 13, Texas Tech. They host Baylor on ESPN2, and then back here on ESPN, the late-nighter, the West Coast primetime game. Number 20, Arizona against Mark Pope's former team, BYU. We got the TGL in between here on ESPN.
Well, Grant McCaslin's done a tremendous job with that Texas Tech team this year. Look at that Big 12. Houston, right now one of the favorites in the country to get to the Final Four, if not win the whole thing. And after that, sometimes Kansas looks good, sometimes Iowa State. You're just not sure who the next best team is.
College game day going to be at Iowa State as Robinson set. Boy, that didn't work at all. Mark Pope right in front of us. Hand to the head, scratching it.
Yeah, guys, Mark Pope was really trying to calm his team down in that last timeout, saying we're okay right now. We just need to make a dent.
John is a longtime gamer. His in-game character, Destructor, is due for a serious gear upgrade.
Spin move in the paint, fade away, over Carr. That's a tough shot, but it's a good one for Dre Davis, having a terrific start to the game.
You know what rattles you? That defensive pressure that Ole Miss is putting on you on every single catch. And they switch 1 through 5 and try to get you standing instead of moving, and it becomes a one-on-one game like Brea is trying to do right now, and it will not work.
Robinson thought about it. He finds Carr, and he lays it up and in.
That's the action you have to have, Rabbi. Some type of a two-man game. Get that defense hesitant just a little bit on the switch. Roll Carr out of it. Really well done.
Williams just fired Dia down to the ground, and they get 22 in white. Physical play. You also saw Eduardo Klafke, number 8. He's a freshman from Brazil who came into the game. His dad played on the '96 Olympic team. And all sorts of skill. Just a freshman.
He was the #1 high school player out of Brazil in 2024. Experienced on that under-19 team.
Murray at 5'11", kicks it back to Dio, thinks about it. Now he penetrates, and what? Went right around Williams, and Robinson was slow.
And a defensive mistake by Kentucky that has bothered them all year long. Just simple action that they don't handle.
Brea wide open, and that usually is money for him. Out of bounds, and it'll stay with Kentucky.
Kentucky comes in 89th in the country defensive efficiency. This is a great example why. And just pretty simple action right there. You got a guy cutting above the ball, and Kentucky gets confused, and just complete breakdown to allow that baseline drive. The weak side defense is hugged up on the far side of the floor. And Mark Pope was clear with us today. We are searching frantically as a staff to fix our defensive issues.
Dia has scored 17 or more in 4 conference games. Pope is aware of Dia. You talked to Chris Beard about him. You say, is this something that you knew, or we just didn't get a chance to see very often when he was at Belmont? He said, oh man, he put up crazy numbers. We knew all about Malik Dia. And he has been outstanding for them.
If you can't drive that pressure off Kentucky, the team in red is going to continue to climb right up into you.
Brea, nice pass to Carr, and yes, they did get the foul. Really good pass from Brea.
Well, Brea broke that pressure off with a couple of bounces. I'm a big fan of Andrew Carr because of his versatility, Ravi. He can handle that ball up top in their zoom action. He can stick a 3, but he's a very good cutter on the inside. And that's what gets him to the free throw stripe right now.
Yeah, guys, Andrew Carr moving well tonight. He told us he turned a corner with his back spasms that have been limiting his play and practice time over the last month. He said he recently had injections that calmed down the muscle spasms, allowed him to return to practice, which helped him kind of mentally buy into playing with more physicality, saying for so long I was hesitating because I wasn't practicing, but he's cleared the mental and physical hurdles, and now he's feeling more like himself.
Yeah. Well, you talked about, both you guys, about how difficult it is not to practice. Carr missed practice. Morrell, who Molly talked about at the top, misses practices and plays in games. That's a hard thing to do.
And now Kentucky, their first zone action by Kentucky. Mark Pope just trying to find an answer to switch this game, and it doesn't work. Ole Miss knows against the 1-3-1. Throw that ball side to side, get it to the corner, and you will have a wide open look.
And they have been terrific from outside. Norrell knocks that one down. They lob it down low to Williams. He's real deep. He kicks it out. Here's Carr. And he will shoot 2 more free throws.
Kentucky goes 1-3-1 initial zone look. And after the first pass, it shapes up to a 2-3, but that's too many guys on the ball. You got 2 chasing the ball. The breakdown in communication allows that shot by Morrell in the corner. You talk defensively, Ravi, for 3 reasons as a player. Number 1, the coach is on my tail end making me talk. That's not a good reason. Number 2, I just made a shot, so I feel like talking on the defensive end. Not a good reason. The third reason you talk is because you want to win the dadgum game and communicate loud, early, and constant.
That sounds like a good reason.
Well, that's the best reason.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that allows you to win, and that's where Kentucky's got to take another step. They're kind of a quiet team on the defensive end. We've been with them the last 4 games. We know them well.
78% free throw shooter. Almanor getting set to come in for Carr. And he won't be able to come in yet as he missed both second free throws of his last 2 trips. 27-18, midway through the first half. Ole Miss at home, coming in at 5-4 in conference after winning their first 4. Spin move, and he's going to get fouled, so Carr will come out having picked up the foul, and that will send to the free throw line Jamin Brakefield.
Kentucky goes 1 possession of zone and right back to their man-to-man. And they are, I talked about them early on the inside. Mark Pope's dealing against an Ole Miss squad that is very physical, a rugged bunch of dudes that Chris Beard told us today, starting with a guy like Brakefield, who started every game last year, now comes off the bench. They have checked their egos. It's all about what do I have to give to my team to win, and this Brakefield kid leads the charge.
Yeah, let's flush that out a little bit. The way that Beard was so complimentary about his team's desire to win, and he caught himself. He said, I get it, every team wants to win, but he really said this team is unique in that, and when they win, he'll be happy because he knows how desperately they all want to win given their experience and really the final run.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he said we deserve to win.
Yeah.
And not every coach, if you pin him down, can really say that.
Yes.
But he does believe that about his guys.
Almanor, who's in, has been terrific from the outside. As Owe tries to break down his man, he beats him, but he went instead with the right, not the left.
But the defensive pressure pursuit from behind forced Owe to go with that inside hand on that layup attempt.
Cale Brown-James is into the game. He was on the floor. Now he's back up, and that's going to be a look at a 3-point play.
And you saw the frustration of Kentucky. All 5 guys raising their hands up, shaking their head. Another breakdown defensively for this Wildcat squad. And I'm telling you, the game is so hard when you can't guard the ball. And Kentucky right now just can't guard the ball. A little bit of a miscommunication. The defensive pressure doesn't step off. You hit that backside cutter. Ole Miss early, Rabbi, getting anything they want.
A lot of cutting right now, and he is the first man in double figures tonight. Brakefield's got 10. We mentioned that it's come off the bench and 14 times scored in double figures. Colin Chandler picks up his dribble.
That's a 10-second count.
And it didn't work, and boy, you can really see the impact that not having Lamont Butler or Kerr Kriisa is having on Kentucky.
No doubt. And Ole Miss can smell it. They can smell it that Kentucky cannot handle this ball pressure. And all that's doing to the student section and this Ole Miss team is dialing that, turning that heat up, and Mark Pope feels it as well. Sometimes you want to take a timeout, sometimes you have to take a timeout. This is a get-right timeout by Kentucky.
Let's talk salary.
Great. What do you typically offer for this role?
It's competitive.
And if it was a number, it would be...
A competitive number.
With Indeed, you can avoid awkward salary conversations from the start.
Whoa, a number.
Is it competitive?
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
They've been terrific, and Jimmy keeps harping on it, and he's right. Defense has led to offense. The offense has been very crisp, and the poor defense that has really hobbled Kentucky in their losses this year. And Jimmy, we're sitting right here next. They're talking to themselves. They're talking to each other. There is a heightened level of frustration right now.
Well, they were not the most focused team at shoot-around today, and Mark Pope was not happy with it. Again, it's a fast turnaround from a late emotional game at Rupp Saturday night. Didn't go their way. And they get on a jet Monday to fly to Oxford, Mississippi, and just not ready coming out of the gates.
A lot has been put on the shoulders of the guy we just saw, Williams. He's become sort of a point center, which is unique.
But Ole Miss, they're the real deal. They're inside the top 40, both offensive and defensive efficiency. They are complete on both ends of the floor.
Brakefield drives. Kicks and a floater in the lane. Boy, they're getting easy shots in the paint.
You cannot allow a guy to cut in front of your face. And that's just fundamental basketball that Kentucky continues to make breakdowns.
Williams finds the cutter. Chandler, no, he cannot get the layup. Largest lead, and it could grow, and this place is going to explode if it does, but it's not here. And watch Williams push it. Robinson needed it, and he got it.
And Williams stepped awkwardly coming down the floor. And
he's limping a little bit,
favoring the ankle or the knee a little bit. On the other end, it's Padula, right?
Yeah, who's down.
With a big basket by Robinson to just give it a little bit of life in that Kentucky offense. Brakefield. Chris Beard brags about this kid. He's the guy that they assign when recruits come to campus. Complete team players, got a complete game, transfer from Duke, trying to get Ole Miss to the NCAA tournament this year.
We're standing up for our right to be lazy.
By sitting down.
And reclining back. Because we work hard and want to relax harder.
We, the lazy, are taking back lazy.
On our Lazy Boy furniture.
Lazy Boy. Long live the lazy.
Panera's packed with flavor bagel just got stacked with even more for just $7.99. Meet our new Asiago Bagel Stacks. Choose from the chicken Roma with grilled chicken and green Gouda dressing, the spicy steak or zesty Tuscan. Only $7.99 each and only at Panera for a limited time.
We've never spoken, but you've told us many things. That you love stargazing, hate parallel parking, and occasionally your right foot gets a little heavy. The Lexus ES didn't begin in the studio, it began with you.
My new car. Please bring me good juju.
You need good juju?
Juju Watkins.
Check this out.
Wow, that is good, but I just wanted to make sure my car has coverage.
Oh, you don't need me. You need, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A State Farm agent can help you choose the right coverage at a price that's right for you.
So who's up for some one-on-one?
This may be the last ad you see. With Pi AdBlock, visit your favorite websites and watch ads disappear. However,
We made a promise to our boy Blue that we would make the healthiest foods possible with the finest natural ingredients and real meat first. And that's our promise to you and your dog or cat. Because when you love them like family, you want to feed them like family.
And what an all-out battle it's going to be this year in the SEC.
Because I'm the biggest, the largest, the biggest, the largest. Hey.
Get out there and ball.
SEC Men's Basketball on SEC Network.
Ooh la la, what a fabulous selection. I think I found my perfect pairing. You and Specs low prices.
Specs huge wine sale going on now. Specs, the fun starts here.
Irresistible from every angle. The first ever Buick Envista. Buick, exceptional by design.
I'm going on a journey to dive into swindles and cons.
You felt like you were going to get away with that?
The fame and the money to me was like a drug.
They call me Scam Goddess.
New episodes Thursdays. Stream on Hulu.
Top 10 teams ignite an ESPN blockbuster. Number 6 Florida meets top-ranked Auburn. Cooper Flagg leads number 2 Duke into Clemson. A blockbuster doubleheader Saturday on ESPN.
Looking forward to seeing Dick Vitale, our good buddy, coming back. The call of that Duke-Clemson game. It's been a long time coming. I know you talked to him a lot. I've certainly communicated with him a lot. What a moment for him to be able to come back and call some college basketball. Duke and Clemson, that's the game he'll be on with Corey Alexander and Dave O'Brien. Look forward to that.
You know what? It's also a heck of a game.
It's a great game.
I mean, Duke's got a chance to run the table in the ACC. That might be the one game that could trip them up. You and I were there when that Clemson team beat Kentucky, and that Little John can get rocking now.
Tough shot, boy. They continue to make shots. That one right over the outstretched arms of Robinson. It's David Barnes who knocked it down. Where are they going to get their points from against this defense? Williams appears to be healthy as he drives all the way to the basket.
Well, they just play with a wide floor coming out of the timeout, and they let Williams operate one-on-one up top. He's a 7-foot point guard. Not on the finalist for the Cousy Award, by the way.
Yeah, Dia was open underneath. He could be, and they make another one. It's Morrell. They have scored on 75% of their possessions, and that's how you get to 38 with about 7 minutes to go in the first half. Jackson Robinson on the other end.
Ravi, you have to burn that pressure off in some form or fashion. And Robinson's being overplayed a little bit. Just back cut that thing and soften that Ole Miss defense if you can.
As good as Ole Miss's defense has been, Kentucky's has been the opposite so far. With the shot making and the layups, Dia left open. That one is way off to the left.
We got a mismatch, Williams does right now.
That ball was deflected out of his hands by the tenacious defense again of Ole Miss. Morrell, Dia. He will shoot 2.
Well, guys, Rebels coach Chris Beard was really inspirational in that Ole Miss timeout. He told his team in this game, aggressive wins. Stay aggressive and believe that you are good enough. And he wants them to continue their defensive intensity, saying the only way that they're going to score is in transition. So get back on defense, continue to chip away at their confidence. Guys.
So the biggest question mark about Kentucky is their defense. It was that way last year, obviously, under John Calipari. They could score. They couldn't defend nearly as well as they wanted to. And that's the same story this year.
It is. Well, you can't overemphasize the loss of Butler for Kentucky right now because the defense is set by your on-ball defender on that point guard. They just don't have it.
And he's great.
He's tremendous. He's one of the best in the country at that point guard defensive spot right there with the sweats on. So as a result, Jackson Robinson is forced to play the point on offense, but it really shows up defensively. And Kentucky gets out of position, just matched defensively 1 through 4 for sure, without this kid on the floor. And that's why Ole Miss is continuing with this full court pressure.
Dia goes to the bench, so the big guy is out. He leaves with 6 points. Brakefield leads the way with 10. And here's Carr in that height advantage. Nice pass. Garrison can't get it to go in the paint. Davis trying to take Carr, and he got stuck. Padula. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Klafke. Ball fake, and it's ripped out of his hands, out of bounds off Kentucky. Boy, how about a ball fake inside the paint?
They're as good as they are in college basketball, Ole Miss. And Chris Beard has a lot of things about how he coaches the game coming through the eyes of Bob Knight. That motion offense at times, hard screening, but certainly the shot fake and the use of it, and it's all 5 guys that he puts on the floor.
Padula has to fire with 5 seconds on the shot clock. It's no good. Chance to cut into this 14-point lead. Garrison goes to the left and no good, but he deflects it back out, stays alive for Brea. Looked good, and it was good.
That was reload threes for Kentucky. Then there's oxygen to their offense. And Ole Miss has been out-rebounded by 8 a game in SEC play. That's one area Kentucky can crawl back in this game.
Yeah, right now it's 13-13 as far as rebounds go. Brakefield steps into one. That's no good. Couple of empty trips for Ole Miss.
If you're Kentucky, you're thinking Ole Miss is not going to continue to shoot the ball at this high clip. Hang in this game in the first half.
Away. Boy, look at Padula come over. Away. No, they've missed a couple right at the rim. Ortega Owe, whose brother Rafi plays linebacker for the Ravens. There's another older brother. He grew up on the streets playing. They played some baseball, they played football, they played all sorts of basketball. He plays with a chip on his shoulder. A little undersized, wasn't necessarily recognized or appreciated the way he probably should have been, given how good he is and what he's doing at this level.
Well, right now he's currently one of 13 guys in Division I basketball that's hit double figures every game. That's how consistent Owe has been.
Dia back into the game, and he will launch from the free throw line.
Rev, you got to know Dia can make that shot. You cannot short closeout on a, regardless of his size and position, he can legitimately knock down that 15-footer.
The average is 13, he's got 8. Brea, a lot of dribbling, and he finally gets it down to Garrison down low. He'll back in, and that one comes up short. Carr had it, and they're going to get a foul underneath on Klafke. Well, they're missing a bunch of shots at the rim so far.
A lot of things I love about Malik Dia. He's got a great feel for the game. And on his birthday today, I asked him, what do you want for your birthday? He said, I want a pair of Travis Scott shoes and wisdom. How many guys say that at his age?
I can tell you.
Yeah.
None.
None.
Target made Good and Gather for you, helping you save on sparkling waters in tastes you'll love. Made with natural flavors in fantastic combinations. We made Good and Gather for you, only at Target.
I bet it feels like strawberry kisses.
Shop the Valentine's Day sale and love the savings. Only at Kay.
Introducing 2 new Baja Chipotle subs featuring our world-famous Baja Chipotle sauce. Listen, that's the Baja Chipotle talking. Well, it's actually me talking, but you know what I mean. Find your fresh with the new Baja Chipotle collection at Subway.
And here we go, your consumer cellular tower.
I didn't know they built towers.
They don't. Consumer cellular uses the same towers as big wireless, but then passes the savings on to you.
So I get the same fast nationwide coverage if I switch?
Yep, save your money for something else. Speaking of, I ordered us some Thai food. Thank you. Oh, shoot.
I'll go get it.
Pretty high up here, isn't it?
For unlimited talk and text with reliable coverage and your second month free, call Consumer Cellular.
What are we doing today, Coach?
So, today, we're going to work on our checking on...
Oh. Sorry, I heard checking.
A bit of a misunderstanding.
I meant checking on how we can help save our customers money on their car insurance.
And whether they need car, home, boat, or pet coverage.
Precisely. Now, let's go again. Susan?
Always wanted to do that.
My turn.
Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Best day of training so far.
How's your elbow?
It's killing me.
Look at him, streaming DirecTV without a satellite dish.
Did you see how fast that guy found the game? He hardly struggled at all.
Every day is a struggle for us pigeons, and he's flipping through channels faster than a falcon.
You know, I dated a falcon once.
Jeep halftime report minutes away. We got Sean, we got Seth, and Kevin in studio here. We're also going to take a look at a big showdown in the Big East at the Garden between St. John's and Marquette and preview Baylor versus Texas Tech. Right now, Ole Miss, it's like the buffet line. Everybody's going to eat and everybody can do whatever they want.
Yeah, you know one thing they're not doing? They're not feeding Kentucky's offense. They're valuing the basketball. 0 turnovers so far. They're +7 in points off a turnover.
Lamont Butler, when you lose Lamont Butler, it impacts you defensively in terms of your ability to guard the ball, but it also impacts you offensively. Jimmy Dykes, all of a sudden everyone moves up a spot offensively. Who runs the offense? It takes guys away from what they do best. Agree or disagree?
Now, Seth, you're right. It's awfully loud in here, but you're talking about the loss of Lamont Butler and what that means on both ends of the floor. I mean, that's your quarterback, and you move a wide receiver to the quarterback.
Monday.com, the first work platform you'll love to use.
Williams, once again, a big guy playing the role of point guard. They've been physical with Williams. Robinson picks it up and sends one across court. He got lucky to get that through to Brea, who will launch way off to the right. Step in, Morrell knocks another one down, and Morrell now up to 11 points, and he's been terrific. In spite of the pain he's in.
Rabbi, you cannot rush the ball up the floor any faster or more efficient than what Ole Miss just did. That was spectacular.
Largest deficit of the year, 16 points. Another weak pass, and watch out. Dia lays it up and in.
That is one big dude, man, to rip that ball and take it about 70 feet. And the pavilion is starting to rock. They got Kentucky more than on their heels.
This is a huge last 2.5 minutes for Kentucky. Robinson, difficult pass, another turnover. And the layup was missed. Turnovers in this game. Kentucky 6, Ole Miss none. Robinson quiet the crowd a little bit. They do that with threes.
I've described him as a no-mistake guy. There's kind of a look of after making a three, a frustration look. But you make a mistake on him and can't find him quickly, he will make you pay.
Jalen Morey can handle, man. 5'11", gets low to the ground, takes it down deep into the paint, now looks for an outlet. He's left wide open. That killed him.
That's just a lack of toughness by Kentucky, I'm telling you. That's just not competing, not talking, not understanding. You don't leave the basketball. Too many breakdowns, and Kentucky's going to give up over 50 in the first half.
Brea. No good, and a 50-50 ball won by the team in red.
Well, the hand speed, Ole Miss defensively is so good. Brea with the miss, and they're just off and running. 1001, 1002, 1003. They know exactly where they're running to. That slot 45. And again, that's just a lazy, careless, and just not a tough own-your-spot pass by Jackson Robinson. I know he's playing out of position. It's not just Robinson. Against a team like Ole Miss, you've got to be strong with that basketball, man. Demand that you own your spot. And it has not happened for the visitors so far in this game.
Morrell, another ball fake, another three, and another basket. They are doing whatever they want.
They are shot fake stars at Ole Miss.
9 3-point field goals in the first half. Every pass difficult and contested.
They're not running offense. They're running for their life right now, Kentucky is. There's a big, big difference.
Perry, air ball, out of bounds.
Rabbi, it's hard to figure how much that Kentucky loss to Arkansas has maybe carried over and affected Kentucky to start this game.
The last two halves, as you mentioned, the Arkansas game, they've been outscored by 30. They haven't, Kentucky, led a game since the late part of the first half against Arkansas.
But that's the trick in this league this year. You get done with that game, you better turn the page and get all eyes going forward. It's nonstop coming at you.
Try to pitch a perfect game in this first half with turnovers where they have none. Now about 7 on the clock. Now 4. Murray. Whoop, all the way and up and in, and a fitting chance to end this half with a 3-point play. Woo, do they feel good about themselves right now? One team is having a lot of fun, Jimmy. The other team is miserable.
Ravi, when you can't guard the ball or don't guard the ball, it is a miserable feeling as a coach. I looked up at